Hello, everybody. Hey, how is it going? I thank you so much for joining the webinar tonight. Yeah, yeah, I know it's been a rainy day. Um, yeah, if anyone cannot hear me or see me well, please let me know and I will get the team to look into it for you, or maybe you can just log in and log out and I'll let you join the room again. But hey, so let's just get started. And today we're going to talk about wealth management for couples and young families. And the reason why this topic is very important is because throughout the years when I work with families and couples who are thinking about becoming a bigger family together, um, like it's just so many things. You just imagine it, right? You have you imagine one person's financial is already like sometimes it can be complex and it's just already a lot of moving pieces. Now you're talking about combining everything together and join forces together, and hopefully, if everything works out well, then everything's great. But if we just if it's two people's financials and everything can be a little bit messy, so it's also important to have this conversation as early as possible when you start out. Um, I'm going to put my screen share in here. And if you have any questions, of course, please save it towards the end of the meeting, and I will make sure that I'll answer it for you. So today we're going to talk about wealth management for couples and young families. Okay, so just a little bit about me. My name is Mac. I'm a financial advisor. I'm an independent financial advisor, proudly independent. I came to Canada in 2010. I studied business and finance, and I've spent almost a decade now in finance and specialized in financial planning for the past 3 years now. And our team and myself manage over 100 happy families. Um, Proudly independent, independent meaning my advice and recommendations will always be unbiased and free from any bigger institutions, the banks, any big insurance company, any big investment company. My advice is always independent. Okay? But don't listen to what I tell you about myself. Here are some of the things that clients say about me when they work with me, right? These are some of the emails and some of the notes that our clients had shared with me. But basically, I take the time to listen. I take the time to care, and I take the time to make sure that your plans and your goals are on track every year, and that you are growing every year. Okay. Just a quick disclaimer before I start this presentations. This presentations is only for general information, so please always consult a licensed financial advisor for your unique personal situations. Okay? So why financial planning? Well, you know what? Imagine that you're trying to go from Vancouver to Whistler, right? And usually from Vancouver to Whistler, it takes about 2 hours driving. But let's just say you are going from Vancouver to Whistler, you're new in town, you're going from Vancouver to Whistler, and you don't really know the way. So you got two choices, right? So either you start driving and just hope that you will get to the destination, right? You can drive around and hope that you're getting there. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. And then after 2, 3 hours, you still, I still don't see the mountains. I still don't see Whistler. Or you can turn on your phone, open up Google Maps, open up and search Vancouver to Whistler directions, and it will show you the fastest route. The same things go for financial planning, right? You can wander around trying to figure out everything by yourself. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that if you have um, an extra uh, pair of eyes, an extra mind to help you executing and create a game plan for yourself, it makes things a little bit easier. You might be able to get to your destination faster. Okay? So that's the importance of financial planning. The earlier, the better. So these are some of the discussions this is the discussion points that we will talk about today for, especially for couples and young families. We want to talk about, getting on the same page with each other, setting up smart goals, assessing your current financial fitness. We want to talk about budget and net worth, savings for your new home, how to pay yourself first, how to protect yourself first. And then we'll talk about having the first conversation. Hey, oh, so far so good? Right. Hey, so let's talk about getting on the same page. This is the most important first, first thing to learn. This is going to be your homework. Okay. And don't make it serious. Don't make it like a board meeting. Okay. It's not a board meeting. Order a pizza, get a bottle of wine, turn on some nice music for background, and really just sit down with each other and have an honest talk about your goals. Right? Have it list out all of your goals. And you might be surprised, you will share a lot of common goals. And together you will prioritize those shared goals. Okay. And you know what? Share your view on money. Share your values about money, because your parents, your grandparents have passed on lessons about money and financial habits to you in some shape or form. So feel free to share it with each other, and just to get a better understanding of how you feel about money. My partner, for example, doesn't really like to deal with money. She is um, a little bit scared when you talk about money. It's just a bit overwhelming for her. So, it's just understanding, just for me to be able to understand that and just take a bigger step of, letting her uh, into the conversation when it comes to money, and just try to make it easy for her, break it into smaller steps, make it easier for her to understand and what we're trying to do together. It makes our conversations easy and smoother and way less fights, right? And this is important, okay? If you have any debts, please disclose to your partner. Disclose all of your debts, disclose all your assets, and any financial obligations. So if you have a big student loan that you're trying to pay up, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Disclose it. Your partner deserves to know. If you have a debt, whether it's consumer debt, whether you used to be, someone who likes to shop a lot on Amazon, or someone who spends a little bit more than you earn, it's okay. That's the past. That's not you now, right? The past doesn't define you. The present define you. So disclose it. Be upfront, be honest, be vulnerable, and you might be surprised, right? Your partner will be you will be understanding, and together you will tackle all of these obstacles together, okay? Because you are now a team. And then talk about responsibilities, share responsibilities from simple things like, do we set up a joint bank account to have all these expenses going from that account? Or do I pay for groceries and then you pay for the utility bills? Do I pay for internet? Split it up, or divide and conquer, or everything joined together. Like just having those conversations, and don't make it too serious. Like I said, make it fun. Get some pizza. It's a great excuse to have a big pizza, pepperoni pizza, Hawaiian pizza. Get some wine in and have a chat, right? Okay, so that first thing, that's your homework. Get on the same page with each other. Let's talk about setting up smart goals. Okay, so many times when I talk to new clients and I talk about what are your goals, and it's sometimes it's very vague, right? Like it's, for example, it would be something along the line of, yeah, I want to have $1 million in the bank account. So that's very vague, right? That's not specific enough. Is that achievable? What kind of time frame are you trying to do that? Are you telling me you want $1 million by next year? Are you telling me you want $1 million in 20 years from now? That's possible, right? And how are we going to measure that? How are we going to achieve that? Is it even a realistic goal? So SMART goals mean specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Right? So for example, we will save $10,000 for a down payment for a home by depositing $834 every month, either into a first home saving account, a tax-free saving account, or RSP, into a high yield savings interest investments for the next 12 months. That's a SMART goal. That's specific. You got the 10,000, right? You got a new home. You got very measurable goals of actions. $834 every month, joint, right? Very achievable and very realistic. And you have the next 12 months. So that's timely right there too. Those so when you look at all your share goals together, okay, break it down, be more specific, be more measurable, be more achievable, right? And make it more achievable, make it more realistic. Okay? So that's your homework. So let's assess your financial fitness. What does that mean? Okay, so when I talk to new clients about their current financial fitness, a lot of time people are like, yeah, I feel like I'm doing okay. I have good salaries and the bills are paid and everything seems fine. But really, right? Financial fitness is more than just that. Okay, so ask yourself, when was the last time you checked your credit score? If you don't know what your credit score is, check it. They're free. It doesn't cost money. Download an app. It's called Credit Karma. I have it. It's so easy to use. It's free to use, and will update. And it will let you know what your credit score is every month. Okay. Do you have any emergency savings? Right? It's recommended you need about 3 to 6 months of monthly expenses for your emergency savings, just in case if your car breaks down, or if you're sick, or if like if you're late off work and you need some cash to just hold you by, then do you have that emergency savings? Okay? How much liquidity do you have? Is everything tied up into your home, right? You cannot eat the equities in your home, for example. So how liquid are you? If there is an opportunity for you to invest tomorrow, are you able to just pull money out from either a bank account or an investment account just to purchase that opportunity? Right? Are you cash flow positive every month? Or you feel like you're feeling like you're earning a lot, but at the same time you're spending a whole lot more as well? So are you cash flow positive? And the way to know that is to have everything written on paper. And that comes to having a budget and net worth spreadsheet. Okay? It will look something like this. And if you don't have a copy already, I will send it to you in an email, and you will have this spreadsheet to work on. So basically, it's a spreadsheet that lists out whatever you own and whatever you owe, right? So how much cash you have, how much you have in your RSP, how much you have in your TFSA. You have any investment property, you're owning your home, right? You're gonna list out all these numbers here, okay? Same for your partner, and together, what do you own? And then you have a total here. And then it comes to your liabilities, credit cards, mortgages, line of credit, student loans, car loans. Are you financing your car? Things like that. And once you have everything tally up, your net worth number will be here. And it's basically assets minus liabilities, and you get your net worth. And this form the base of your current financials, right? We want to make your net worth grow every year. That's my job as a financial advisor. When I work with clients, we would track your net worth every year and see how much it grows by. And another thing is, let's look at your budget. Okay, so that's you're gonna put in your income, right? And then you're gonna list out all of your expense and monthly financial obligations every month. Now, I know some clients really like to put everything down correct to the last penny, but honestly, you just have some rough numbers, and then it's already a great start, right? So the moment you have everything written down, you kind of get, oh, wow, I'm paying a lot for this, I'm paying a lot for that, right? And then from this, you will be able to see, okay, so is there anything I can cut down on? Is there anything that I can pay off right away to increase my net worth? Is there anything I can put more towards, my long-term savings, or can I reduce my, like your gas, your car insurance, or anything, something like that, right? So have everything written down will give you a lot more clarity as to where you are right now. So when you look at your budget here, you may notice something, right? And it comes to your money habits every time your paycheck comes in too, right? So traditionally, whenever a paycheck comes in, what most people do is that they will, take that money to pay for the rent, go for groceries, go out to eat, buy coffee, buy gifts, buy clothes, go shopping, right? And then whatever is left at the end of the month, if there's anything left at all, then they'll just put it aside into some sort of a savings account, right? And call it a day. So what they're actually essentially doing there is they're paying everybody else first. Think about it. You're paying your landlord first, you're paying the bank first, you're paying the supermarket first, you're paying the shopping mall first, you're paying Amazon first, right? Everybody's getting paid first, but yourself. So as financial advisors, what I would recommend clients to do is to reverse that formula, reverse the equations, put yourself first, put yourself in the centers. The moment that paycheck comes in, immediately 20 to 30% of that paycheck goes to yourself. And that means going into your investments, right? Because you want to make sure that your future self is taken care of. You want to pay yourself first. Okay? And then after that, you can spend whatever. Spend the rest. Spend it all. That's called paying yourself first. And that will put you in a habit, before you know it, it will put you in the habit of spending less than you know it. And you don't even need to think about it, because when we work together, we're going to put this process on an automation. We'll make it as automatic as much as possible, and we'll make it easy for you to forget about it, so that you don't even think about it, and you just start spending on 70% of your income without knowing, without thinking about, oh, spending less now, right? That's a good habit to have. Pay yourself first. Now, a lot of clients would then ask me, oh, Mac, I really want to buy. How do we buy our first home? Because we're going to have a child, and we cannot keep renting a small space like this. Great. Now that you have set up a habit of paying yourself first, let's find a place to put those money in for your future self. Okay? So if your goal is to buy a first home, these three accounts that as I put on the screen here The first home saving account, FHSA, your RSP, and your tax-free saving accounts are your best friends. Why? Because they are tax advantage accounts. So let's go to the RSP first. So what is an RSP? It stands for Register Retirement Savings Plan. So essentially, it's for your retirement. It's a long time from now. But within the RSP program, there is a plan called First Time that allows you to borrow up to $35,000 out of your RSP tax-free to pay for your first home. Okay, so with the RSP contributions, whenever you contribute into your RSP, you get tax deductions on your income. Okay, and the growth of the investments inside the RSP is tax shelter. Okay, so now you're getting tax deductions on your income. So you either have less tax to pay or tax refunds, right? And you get tax shelter growth within the account. Okay, and when you want to borrow it out for your first home, it's tax free. You only need to pay it back over 15 years. Okay, so that's one account that you need to set up. Okay? The second account that you need to set up, and this is a new account too, it only came out this year, is called First Home Savings Account, FHSA. Okay, so an FHSA is a hybrid between the RSP and the TFSA. Okay, so the contributions that you put into a first home saving account is tax deductible on your income as well. So you do get your tax deductions, some sort of tax refunds or tax savings when it comes to your tax filing time. And then when you and the growth inside the first home savings account is also tax free. Okay, when you withdraw it out for your first home, is also tax free. But if you withdraw it out for any other purpose, it's not tax free. But if you withdraw it out for specifically your first home payment, it's tax free. Okay. And TFSA, tax-free saving account, one of my most favorite accounts to have, is a must-have for everybody. Your contributions in here are not tax deductible to your income, but the growth in here is tax-free, and any withdrawal for any reason is tax-free as well. With the tax-free saving account, if you have not contributed anything to the account ever since its creation, you can make up to $88,000 in contributions to the account. Now, of course, if you only came to Canada very recently, then your contribution room will be adjusted accordingly. So let's say, for example, if you only came to Canada last year, then your contribution room will be last year contribution room, which is, and you can fact check me on this, I believe it was 6,000. And then this year, it's another 6,500. So that's about 12,500 altogether. The first home saving account only came out this year, and the contribution room is $8,000 every year. If you don't contribute this year, you can carry this room forward into the next year, but the maximum carry forward room is $8,000. Okay, with the RSP, somewhat similar, but you can contribute up to 18% of your income, up to a maximum, I believe, about $30,000 for 2022 taxable income for 2022 financial year. Okay, so using all of these three accounts all together, before you know it, you will actually have a very sizable down payment for your first home here. Okay? Take advantage of those. Now, one of the mistakes I keep seeing clients do is that they don't make money work hard for them. So and this just happened recently. Like really, I have a new client just came in, and he had about $50,000 in his saving account, and it was earning him 0.5%, right? So yeah, even though it seems like he's fully liquid and he has a lot of cash ready, but his money is not really working for him, right? His money, the only persons that making money on his money is the bank. Remember this, the bank's job is to make revenue and profits for the shareholders, not for its customers. So you got a responsibility to make your money works for you. So even if you have short-term goals and your money needs to stay in cash, make sure that it's earning some sort of interest, because in this current environment, and I tell you now, if you're not earning 4.5% at least on your full liquid cash, you're losing out. And that means you're not doing, oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? You're probably not doing a whole lot of other things too. On your investment accounts, what is the long-term return rate? Has your financial advisor or the person at the bank reached out to you and talk to you about the performance of your portfolio? Right? You know how much fees you're paying for these investments, because a lot of times people are paying high fees for very underwhelming performance investment in their portfolio. When was the last time you take a look and audit all these little things? Make sure that your money works for you. Right? And then, of course, you guys are a team now. You guys got to protect each other, especially if you have a child. Got to do this. Okay. If one of you were to pass away, how would you ensure that your partner, your family is taken care of? Yeah. Get a life insurance policy. Now, you don't need to get the expensive, the policy with lots of bells and whistles. Just get a simple term policy, affordable, and gets you the amount of coverage that you need to take care of your family. Okay. If you have a critical illness, I'm knocking on wood, by the way. We all know someone who had cancer, someone who had a heart attack or a stroke in for the past 20 years of our life, right? Think about it for yourself. If that happens to you, how can you make sure you can concentrate and focus on recovery instead of worrying about the bills? So, one of the greatest things about Canada is that we have free healthcare, right? But if you have cancer and you get to benefit from free healthcare, great. But will the bills stop coming? Does your mortgage stop paying? Like, does does your bank stop asking you for money for your mortgage, for your credit card bill? Does your utilities bill pay for itself? And remember this, a lot of time, your partner will have to take time off to take care of you and to take care of the child as well, right? And of course, if you find yourself unable to work due to long-term illness or disability, what steps have you taken to replace your income? Because think about it this way. On a joint income, a household income, sometimes it's already hard to make things afloat. Imagine now it cuts in half. How tough it would be for yourself and for your family. It's really difficult. So it's time to pull up the adult pants and just take care and protect yourself first. Okay? So I offer wealth management coaching. And what it means is that I provide 100% bias-free independent advice for every single client of mine. You will get a personalized and customized financial freedom roadmap to help you gain clarity on how you can get to your goals in the fastest and most efficient way. And of course, plans are great, but executions mean everything. So I will be helping you, holding you accountable, and help you remove obstacles, including yourself, out of your own way. And guess what? All the work is done up front before you have to pay anything. So if you decide that, Mac, this is not working for me, you know what? I don't like this plan. I don't think what you propose is, is a good fit for myself. That's fine. You don't have to pay me anything. How's that for commitment free? Okay. So book your first chat with me, and we will go through the premise of the first chat will be very light, which is for us to get to know each other and for me to understand a little bit more about your goals and how I can help you. And we'll find out if we're a good fit for each other or not. Okay, scan the QR code to book your first meeting, and this is a way that you can contact me as well. Okay, so now we'll take any questions. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time tonight. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email it to me or just DM me on my Instagram as well. That works too. Scan the QR code, book the first chat, and I look forward to seeing you again in my next webinar. Thank you. Have a great night.